Dear Cruz, your life applications officer. I just watched a video. I watched a couple videos. One was two videos when I just got home a little bit ago. I figured I'd make a video. You know, I figured I'd speak my mind, yell at the world, yell at the nonsense that's going on. Actually, I watched a video last night where a guy was talking about atheism. He spoke every word out of my mouth that I had previously said on this channel. I mean, every word. It was like a close to an hour-long video. Not even that, but he said everything that I've been saying in less than an hour, and I got 100 videos, okay? Ridiculous. I'm going to delete some of them. I just don't know when and which ones I want to delete. And then I watched a situation with the Hebrew Israelites. If any, I never hear atheists talk about the Hebrew Israelites. You want to get together and talk dirt on the Hebrew Israelites, I'll get together with you and talk about the dirt on this racist cult, okay? Okay, the dumbest thing that ever happened to black folks, other than swag life and thug life, is the Hebrew Israelites. That's the dumbest thing ever. And they tried to talk soft to this Muslim woman, claimed she was dressed modestly, and she was very beautiful to behold. I mean, if you can be covered up like that and be beautiful, then you know you're beautiful. I mean, that's one thing about modesty. If you can be all covered up like a package, and all the men are looking at you drooling because you're so pretty, and you're nice and thin, you know, and they can just imagine what's up under all that wrapping. You know you're beautiful, okay? And she was very calm at first, you know, arguing with them, until they started claiming that, oh, one of these days, this is the arrogance of these fools. They're like atheists. They were saying dumb stuff like, one of these days you're going to bow to us. You're going to bow to us because we are the people of God. We are the true Jews. You're going to bow to us. That's when she began to get loud. And if I was there, I'd have been pushing her over there. I'd have got behind her and pushed her. It's preach, sister. Preach. I'm not a Muslim, but tell these idiots that it ain't, you know, it ain't like that, okay? Whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. And anyone that comes to me, Jesus said, I will in no wise cast out. He said anyone and whosoever. He didn't say nothing about black, white, whatever. And he said this over and over and over again all through the New Testament. I know you atheists don't care about that, so let me move on. David Pakman. Here's a sissy that, here's one of them modern day sissies that we give fame and fortune to, or maybe he's not fortunate. Maybe he's just some sissy that they pay, I don't know, minimum wage to get on there and make a fool out of himself, and make a fool out of the atheists too. I mean, you know. However, I don't even know what a commission meeting is. This is the second time I heard him do a video about atheists going to commission meetings and taking their side. This is the thing. We really need the President of the United States to get involved in this war. Whether he be a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care. if it's Donald Trump. I don't care if it's Hillary. I don't care what president it is. And I highly doubt that even a Democratic president that's a total liberal will ever give atheists authority over Christians. They may let them get away with stuff, but I highly doubt if they'll ever give the atheists the authority that they want. And this is my problem with atheists, militant atheists. The ones that come to my channel, the ones that go to some commission meeting and get mad because there's a Bible sitting around, or there's a flag, or something, or there's 10 commandments clear across the room, you can barely see them, or whatever. Okay, they get all upset, and they go in there, and this guy come in there at this one. I don't know if it's new or if it might have been one I've already seen before. But people walked out. I'd have walked out too. They knew this guy was an atheist before he got up. I don't know why he was invited. See, this is the thing. First of all, let me say what I agree with. I agree with the atheists on some things that a lot of Christians might disagree with me about because they think it goes against our right to evangelize. Okay? But I believe because of the time, we have to have a different approach. And because of the scrutiny and the failure of the church and the finger pointing of these atheists and all these other religions, we're really, really looking bad. We need to be quiet, and we need not to go into hiding. That's for another time, not to go underground. But we need to step off the stage for a minute and let these atheists hang themselves. Let the world see what their investment will do to them. Let them see. And I guarantee you, the minute people start seeing that it doesn't work, I'm telling you, the only reason why people are not reaching out to Christians is because Christians are considered too busy being noticed. I go to a church way over in the country somewhere, and I watch people walk in there out of the clear blue. I ain't never seen this person before. They just waltz up in your church, and they want to become a member, and they want to get saved. They want to get right with God. People, there are ways to evangelize without causing war. Now, I mean, and I understand Christians. I mean, maybe a long time ago, it was, maybe I think we had a right to try to make this a Christian nation if that's what we did. And obviously, if the founding fathers were all claimed to be Christian, okay, obviously they were trying to make this a Christian nation. Now, maybe it never became a Christian nation, but you got to admit, they were trying to make it a Christian nation. And they weren't trying to make it a Christian nation but through slavery. They weren't even trying to make it a Christian nation through the Vatican. Because most of the Protestants that began, the foundation of this country, most of them had already escaped the Vatican. So they weren't trying to fill up people in the Vatican. But this is the thing. And a lot of Christians might disagree with me. And I'm not saying this out of fear. I'm not letting these atheists get to me. I just want us to shine on our own without having to force our light on people. I think if we step out of the spotlight and just let these people have their little fun, I mean, it's only going to last for a season. It's only going to last for a season. I might be sounding stupid now, but it's only going to last for a season. I mean, first of all, why? I agree with Pakman on one thing. Why does everything that goes on in politics have to have a little Christian twist to it? What is Christian about having a political meeting? Was Jesus a politician? Was Paul a politician? I don't know one single politician in the Bible. So why are we putting a Christian twist on under what laws or customs we conduct a meeting? I agree. Now, I don't even know what a commission meeting is. I'll probably look it up and find out that it's very religious to begin with. How the heck an atheist get his little nasty butt in there? He had no business being there. But the thing is, I don't know what a commission meeting is. Never been to one, never did anything for me. I don't know what it is. So for atheists to sit there and say, well, see, the Christian, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what a commission meeting is. Never been to one. Okay? And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes of government and politics that have nothing to do with Christians. Even though they may can't come in there and make you swear on a Bible or stand up and pray over the meeting, it ain't got nothing to do with Christians. Because Christians don't even know what the meeting is about. And the stuff that they're going to talk about don't do nothing for Christians, so Christians ain't worried about it. This is what I think should happen. I don't mind if Christians have to keep our faith within the midst of the Christian community. And I think that when I say that, I'm not saying that. I think everybody, including atheists, including the Muslims, in this day and time, because of the time we're in, maybe if this was a Christian nation, I could go hoorah, hoorah, and try to find a way for everybody to adjust to the fact that everything is initially Christian. But I think that unless our president is going to raise, and I believe there should be a standard raised. Either way, but unless our president is going to get up and put that, big talk that he just got done talking about how he's going to take care of the Christians, unless he's going to put that to use in this, unless he's going to raise up a standard against the Center for the Foundation of the Freedom of Religion or Freedom from Religion or whatever that nonsense is, okay? Unless he's going to raise a standard with that, first and foremost, and send them all home and take them off the benches and send them all home and say, look, go back to being regular old secular people because that's all you are. Leave the Christians alone. Then I think that we need to raise the standard. Christians need to raise the standard as well as whoever is in office. We need to raise the standard this way then. We need to raise the standard of separation. And I do believe that if we have separation from church and state, why are we praying over every little thing to what God? I admit, I don't want a Muslim coming in there. Stop. I don't want a Muslim coming in there, praying over stuff that I'm investing my money into. So, I rather everybody take a back seat. Not just us, but the atheists, the Muslims, and all religions. I think some of the property that is ran by Mormons okay, over in Utah, need to be ran by everybody. You know, they need to, you know what I'm saying? Going and tearing down churches, I think that's a bunch of bull dookie. I really do. And I think that's a crime. I think anyone that does that should be pulled down from whatever stance he has. You know what I mean? He can go back to working at McDonald's flipping burgers. Screw that career nonsense. There's no reason why you should go around shutting down churches, taking crosses off of churches, taking crosses off of Christian schools. I mean, I understand that, you know, maybe at this meeting, maybe the meeting, because the meeting was for everybody, not just Christians. But when you walk past a church, that is for Christians. The cross on a church is for Christians. The people inside the church are for Christians. And maybe somebody don't want to be an atheist. Maybe they're walking by the church and atheism ain't working out for them. So maybe they want to try something else. That is my only exception. And it's true. Sometimes everybody's not going to be comfortable. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, how soft you say it, how loving you say it. Everybody doesn't want to be an atheist any more than everybody wants to be a Christian. I can understand this meeting. Like, why do they have to pray? Why do they have to, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to talk about God after you get done praying? Or are you going to talk about Abraham and the Red Sea? Why are you, you know, I got to admit, I think it's high time for us to, if we really have separation from state, I'm okay with that. You know, because I think separation from state, because you know why? You know what I like about separation from state? It's time for people that ain't really Christians to stop acting like there's something that they're not. If you're not a Christian, what the heck are you praying about? If you're not a Christian, why is there a Bible on your desk? How you going to make somebody swear by the Bible when you're not a Christian yourself? You going to go home, you living with your boyfriend. How you going to make somebody swear on the Bible? I agree with Pakman on that. Like, look, it's a meeting. Why are we getting religious about it? I admit. But taking crosses off of churches, trying to turn whole communities into atheist communities, that's like turning every community into a black community. Turning every community into a segregated community. Turning every community into a gay community. Turning every community into a Christian community. And I think what atheists need to do here is, if atheists feel that they are what is the word? They are annoyed. Okay, and disrespected in some way. Annoyed and offended by Christians having bam this over here and bam this over here, and then they over here talking, and they come to our schools. And I admit, why don't you go to a school and open up? Why don't you go to the school and ask the people of the school if you can have the auditorium on such and such a date, 2018, And if people want to come, okay, they'll come. If one come. See, I've done meetings like that. I've been to meetings. I've went in the ghettos. I've went in places where, you know, I'm trying to conduct a meeting, and I'm trying to conduct a meeting in a predominantly white neighborhood, and I'm up in the predominantly white neighborhood where don't no black folks be. And I'm conducting a meeting, and believe it or not, people showed up. I've been through that. And sometimes it's just one. But wait a minute. What's the difference between one coming up and wanting to talk with you because you're outside on the street, people throwing bricks at you, or because, you know, nobody showed up, so one figured it was comfortable to come and have a private conversation with you. I think the days of Jonah are a different time compared to today. And I don't think we can just get out there and yell and scream and interrupt people walking by on a public street. I don't think we need to throw Jesus on a public street for people to trample on him. I think we need to keep Jesus private, and we need to protect this. You know what I mean? Just like when I go places, I put my instruments in cases when I go places. I don't put them out there for people to, you know, for somebody's kid to go tampering with it. And when I take them places, I put them up somewhere. I say, hey, I'm putting this here. Is this where I can put my stuff so don't nobody mess with it? It's the same way we need to do with Jesus. When we go out, we need to carry Jesus around like he's the Ark of the Covenant. Okay? You don't just sit Jesus down anywhere on any soil for people to poop and spit and pee on them. No, we need to protect the covenant. We need to protect the ark. Okay? I just really believe that we're living in a time now where the more we try to shine, the more we're going to lose those that would come and show an interest in us. The more we try to shine, okay, the more arrogant we're going to look. Stop trying to shine so much by being out on the street and being loud and letting people talk us into saying something offensive, like Christians getting on national TV. You ask me what I think about homosexuality in public on national TV for the world to see, I'm going to say, what's the Bible say? What's the Bible say? Well, you know, we just wanted to know, well, what's the Bible say? You read the Bible? What's the Bible say? I believe the Bible. Okay? And as much as people hate Joel Osteen, that's what Joel Osteen said. He said, I believe the Bible. And that's all he said. Same thing with T.D. Jakes. Everybody hates T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes didn't condone anything. He just said, what's the Bible say? I believe the Bible. Okay? They want everybody to be like Steven Anderson. No, that's not necessary. But the thing is, getting back to this, I don't mind if Christians have to keep their faith between them and the Christian community. I don't mind if Christians have to go and request a spot and leave it open for people to come and have a dialogue with them. And if no one shows up, that's between them and the Lord. I don't mind. And I know a lot of Christians might disagree with me, but I believe it's time for us to stop. You know, we're not trying. At one time, we were trying to be a Christian nation. But these people getting up there making us pray over stuff, they ain't Christians. They don't, and the Christians don't own nothing. They don't have anything but their churches in this nation. They don't have a foot in politics. They don't have no power in politics except Donald Trump if he really do something. You know, Obama, you know, he stuck up for the Muslims. I wish Donald Trump, instead of, just talking, I wish he would stand up to the center, of the freedom against religion movement. Whatever you call that place. And them people. I think he need to let them know, look, unless you want me to put you out of business, stop the nonsense, okay? It's one thing when people are coming to you, but you don't go to them. You don't go and try to trash what they put up. You don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you go and try to attack a church, everything from the cross on the outside to everything on the inside, the grass being cut and everything else, somebody's paying for that. That's secular money that's being paid. Okay? And, I think instead of just the Christians being offended, I think whoever is owning property and all like that should be offended and raise a standard. Okay? It's just total nonsense. But I don't mind if us Christians have to begin to keep our faith in between the Christian community. I don't mind if we got to be careful what we talk about in public. I don't mind if we're not going to be going into college campuses on the street and just yelling in the middle of the street. That doesn't bother me. I've never been an evangelist anyway. I don't mind, and I agree with complete separation that everybody should pick their side. And I don't mind if atheists are free to evangelize people into atheism. Just don't do it on my watch. If I'm talking to somebody and I'm sharing the gospel with them, okay, don't use me sharing the gospel to indoctrinate somebody with your nonsense. Okay? Let him see if he likes what's going on between us, the two of us. And if he don't like it, then you can come in and you can say, well, this is why I'm an atheist and I would like to help you. You don't need to worry about that Christian stuff. It's probably not true anyway. Come on over here, have a coffee and a donut with me. Sit down with me. I'll get you straight. I'll help you out. That's fine. But don't be nasty. Don't be rude. Do unto me as you would want me to do unto you. I just said out of my own mouth. I don't mind if atheists are free to evangelize just like we are. But just like atheists don't want us on the street. If we step off the street, which is probably not going to happen, and it's not going to happen on your end either. It'll happen on our end before it'll happen on your end, because according to the Bible, you can get the government to take us off the street. That's what they did in Rome. And that's what they're doing in the Middle East right now as we speak. That's what they're doing in China right now as we speak. The government will take Christians off the street and say, shut up. You're not allowed to talk about this. You're not allowed to speak in that name. But yet all these other religions are allowed to speak, including the so-called anti-religions as well, like atheism. Okay? All I'm saying is this in closing, that if we have to practice separation more now than ever before in history, I'm fine with that. But understand, atheists, use your head for a minute. Get your head out of your ass for a minute. Just for 1 minute and think. I'm sorry, Christians, but I get so sick and tired of people not using their head when it comes to stuff that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Just like you might not like greens, but greens is health food. That's one of the best things you can eat. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of things I don't like, but that doesn't mean that they don't have their place. But quit being nasty for 1 minute and think. Would it be right would it be right for you to flip it completely around? Let's say, for example, atheists, that you think that you've always felt that Christians have too much power and control in this nation. I'm asking a question. I want an answer. I don't want your spit and your poop. I want an answer. Don't come telling me this long line of words and you ain't never answered a simple damn question. Answer the freaking question. If evangelism was shut down, if outdoor evangelism was shut down, and if there were policies placed in the social media, okay, if we all had to keep our religions and our faith within the closed doors of our religions or our cults or our politics or whatever, listen and hear me good. Do you think it's fair, atheists, that everything that the Christians that you claim that they used to be in control of, they're in control of government, they're in control of, they got Christian belts all over the place, so to speak, okay? They're on the street, and they're doing all these things. When that starts to seize, and it is seizing, and when it gets shut down, do you think it's fair that the atheists now do everything that they criticize the Christians for doing? They're on the street. They got their little churches on every corner. They're in social media. They're calling everybody to be an atheist when the Christians don't even have a voice anymore. The Christians are underground. They are the biggest minority, or the smallest minority, however you put it now. The table has been completely turned. If the table was to be completely turned according to what you claim, do you think that's fair? Do you think that's fair? If you don't answer me, I'm going to frickin' delete you. I want an answer. I don't want this long... Oh, it makes me want to cuss. I don't want this long line of words. I'm having a dialogue here. Okay? Get your own channel. Get your own damn book. Answer the frickin' question. You can't answer the frickin' question. Don't say nothing, because I will delete you. I'm getting to the bottom of this shit. I really am. These are the days of Christian persecution. And now it done hit home. It done hit me. And before it was just like, oh, well, them poor Chinese or them poor Africans. But now it's hitting home. Okay? Okay? What I got to do? Write a book about David Pakman, how much of a AH he is? What I got to do? Go around and put pickup signs, okay, with Richard Dawkins' names on it and make jokes about Richard Dawkins? Is it Richard Dawkins? Yeah. I wouldn't do that. But I'm going to ask you one more time. I want a frickin' answer. If you can't answer it, bye. Because I will delete you. If the tables were completely turned around according to what you claim is going on, the Christians have all this control and they're loudmouth and they're just everywhere and they're involved in everything. If we were to pull the Christians out of every corner, out of every crevice, they got their claws in. Would it be fair if the tables were completely turned? And I know you're not going to give me a straight answer, because if you gave me a straight answer, that would just prove my point. That would prove that all these videos that I just made, hundreds of them, were worth it. You ain't going to give me a straight answer. But anyway, and if you do give me a straight answer, you'll be ignorant enough to say yes. We would think it was fair if the tables were completely turned where there's no Christians anymore, so how is it necessary to preach atheism? Atheism can only survive on the fact that Christians exist. Okay? Because God's not coming down here saying, oh, hello, I exist. So, unless Christians exist, unless evangelism exists, atheism, and you can go to Meta's channel, and he talked about this, and I agree with him. Without Christians in the forefront in this country, atheism means nothing. Okay? But again, if the tables were turned, and when they're turned, where will you be? Will your atheism now be, I mean, what is atheism going to be? Are y'all going to come out of the closet and admit that the main reason why y'all was atheists because all y'all was gay? All y'all was transgender? And that's why y'all was defending us so much? What are you going to do if the tables turn? What are you going to do? I want an answer. I don't want this. Because see, this is my channel. My whole point of having my own channel so that I don't have to do this on your channel. So don't do it on mine. Give me a freaking answer. And I'll make a video about it. I'm D-Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. Thank you for watching. More to come, Lord willing.